Coming into the it's clear who the media thinks will win. We've been reading about it and hearing about it for the last couple days.
Yeah, but Kevin, you know, none of us in the media know what we're talking about. It's just a lot of speculation. And look, it's a cliche, but it's also true. The games aren't won on paper, they're won out on the court, and anyone in the NBA can beat anyone else on a given night.
Which makes me look forward to this one.
Absolutely.
So let's take a look at the starters for the Dallas Mavericks. We've got Irving. Derek Lively is out there with Anthony Davis. And there's Klay Thompson. And it's Marshall in at the 3, the small forward. Here's Morant. Driving to the basket.
Just as quick as anyone in this league, Morant can seemingly get to the hole at will.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. I was able to talk with the head coach of the Grizzlies for just a minute. He told me, now that team goes as Anthony Davis goes. If AD is feeling good and he's in rhythm, everything clicks. Coach said we'll need a team effort at both ends. Our communication has to be excellent, and even then, we're not going to completely stop them. Guys?
Thank you, David.
And he can get to the rim with the best of them. Morant always finds a way.
Greg, with how explosive John Morant is, he has certainly taken his fair share of awkward falls.
And that's what worries you with guys like that. He's already had a number of injuries in his young career, but we all just want to see him at full health.
Here's Morant, and finished off by Morant.
How about the authority from Morant? The way he was running, you knew he was aiming to shatter the rim.
Now, here is Irving. And the rejection by Jackson. And then Morant slams it in.
He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane, though.
And now they're starting to rub it in. Build up a lead, and here we go, baby. It is showtime. Morant against Irving. Here's Davis. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist.
And Davis shoots a high percentage because he's so adept at playing to his strength.
It's Morant with the drive. And then Morant slams it in.
Here he comes, and there he goes.
Look at him punish that rim. Lively sets a screen for Irving. That 3 off the mark. And the Grizzlies leading by 6. Pass to Edey. Morant against Irving. And then Morant slams it in.
And what a show Morant is putting on. Every time he touches the ball, you feel like he's going to score.
Irving kicks to Davis. Out to Thompson. Payne with the steal. Morant drives in. And then Morant slams it in.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
Yeah, it's not difficult to figure out why they've built this lead. They have been dominant in the paint.
Irving finds Lively. Here's Thompson. It's rebounded by Memphis. It's an odd stat, but what I'm going to throw out there anyway, the Memphis Grizzlies set an NBA record last season for players used in a season.
Kevin, this isn't football, right? They had 33 different guys suited up last season. That tells you how difficult it was. Constant change, hard to build chemistry, and let's face it, hard to win games.
And here are the Mavericks now. A 12-point game. Here's Irving. 5 to shoot. And there's the defensive 3-second call. In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Grizzlies.
Well, they're playing with great pace, pushing the ball up the floor and attacking before the defense can get set.
And the other thing, I love how they're playing up tonight, getting into ball handlers and forcing some turnovers.
Now, here is Irving. The 3. Morant with some nice D. And the Grizzlies leading by 11. Pass to Edey. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Building up a big early lead. They have taken charge of this game.
Yeah, but you can't let up at all. They've got a chance to put this game away early, and they should take it.
Now, here is Irving. 24 seconds left here in the first quarter. Clock at 6. Outside for Davis. Lively. Great positioning on the putback.
And, folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
And there's the call on Klay Thompson. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Morant. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
I'll tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Memphis shooting their first free throws in this one.
And going back a season ago, they were a pretty average team at the line, about 76% altogether.
Both free throws good from Morant. Puts up a deep 3. And so it's the Memphis Grizzlies. 13 points up at the end of the period. They've... And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And guys, the Grizzlies enjoying a nice lead here.
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Yeah, they made a point to get inside on this defense, and it's been working like a charm early on.
Morant is the point with Bane out on the wing. Jackson is out there with G.G. Jackson. And it's Edey in at the 5. That's the group for Memphis to kick off the second quarter.
And truly a big man with guard-like quickness. Davis is super hard to corral once he gets in the paint. Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
Out to the wing. And the foul call on Anthony Davis. That is his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. First team foul.
And around a minute gone here in the second quarter. Jackson finds Morant.
Gotta love seeing Kyrie get in there and get his hands dirty. When he's active on the glass, they're a much better basketball team.
And yes, it's good. Morant's got 4 this quarter.
Another good play. This is how they've built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
Greg, you know this. Good coaches give their players confidence. But what's the balance there between affirmation and accountability?
Well, when you believe in a player, that also comes with expectations. So a coach has to boost them up and also demand that they deliver.
Davis surveying the floor. That shot, no good. Some solid defense there from Jackson. And the Grizzlies leading by 16. Inside, out to Morant. Anthony Davis grabs the miss.
Wow. Missed the easy one right there, right at the rim, but came up empty.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Ja Morant. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Quarter number 2. We're about 2 minutes in. Outside for Davis. And Jackson with the block.
A terrific defender. And Jackson, one of those guys with great timing when he goes for the shot block and not afraid to send a message as well.
Now Morant. 22 points for him. And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. The Mavericks at last season's trade deadline added length by acquiring Daniel Gafford and PJ Washington. Coach Jason Kidd says they help on both ends. Gafford has the ability to roll, he has great hands. PJ can put the ball on the floor and guard 1 through 5. And then defensively, they both bring physicality. Kevin?
David, there is an argument to be made. That was one of the best trades at midseason this league has seen in a very long time. Well, we know, GA, the Mavs are so adept at hunting the matchups they want. They're patient and methodical.
Yeah, they never look like they're in a rush, right? Even when you send a double or trap the ball, the Mavs stay calm and know where to go. It's what makes slowing down their pick and roll so difficult.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
At about an 82% clip a season ago, so I'm sure he'll take those numbers.
Good on the second free throw. Greg, as you were saying, beyond the blocks, what makes Anthony Davis special on defense is the way he navigates the floor.
Kevin, most bigs can get picked on in pick and roll action. Davis, though, too quick and smart to take advantage of. He can slip screens, hedge, switch, and recover like he's a 3-and-D wing.
Yeah, showing off that ability to stretch the floor. It seems like everyone is a threat at the arc these days.
Davis with a screen on Morant. Dallas, no good that time either.
Well, you can't question his confidence from out there, but it's not falling. Maybe time for a different approach.
And Morant throws it down.
And they're getting points, they're getting stops, and this is how they'd like to play all the time.
Great example of how to build a lead and then sustain it. You win games on both ends of the floor.
Irving finds Lively. It's rebounded by Memphis. Edie's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Morant scanning the floor. For the 3. It's rebounded by Dallas. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Thompson outside. Back to Davis. And out of bounds as Memphis gains possession. We've got 22 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Morant with it. 24 points for him. Top of the key. No good there.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
There's no airspace there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without foul.
And so it's Memphis in very good shape with a 23-point lead at the end of the quarter. And you have to credit their defense for the job they've been doing against Irving. Kyrie's been almost invisible out there, and we don't say that very often. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. Guys, Ja Morant has been sensational.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, he's found his spots, been patient with his shot selection, and it's paid off for himself and the team.
Getting underway in the second half, here's the 5 for Jason Kidd. Dante Exum is out there with Williams. Then there's Washington. Then there's Daniel Gafford. And it's Prosper in at the 4 spot. And it's out of bounds. They say last touch by Pippen. Washington finds Gafford. Shot clock at 5. Pass to Exum for 3. Buries it from 3-point range.
That's inexcusable defense right there. You gotta contest the shot better than that.
After back-to-back 50-win season stand, last season was frustrating for the Memphis Grizzlies in almost every way.
Yeah, that's an understatement, Kevin. They went 27-55. Due to suspension and injuries, they only got 9 games from their star, Ja Morant. But they still have a lot of young talent and still a team that can be very competitive in the future.
And they pick up 2.
And I tell you what, he looks fresh coming out of halftime, if that possession's any indication.
Kennard setting the pick for Pippen. And he comes up with the deuce. Third quarter of basketball, about a minute and a half in. Williams against Pippen. Williams passes to Gafford. Now, here's Kennard. He's covered closely. Here's Clark. Exum pulls it in. Guys, if they're going to make a run, no time like the present.
Yeah, and it's certainly, we had to expect a better game than this. Been very ugly thus far.
And the layup falls. Exum's got 5 points in the quarter.
Well, it doesn't get any easier than this. They'll take these shots every time.
Right side, Pippen. And the layup's good off the glass.
Assisted buckets. Every team wants them. They show you're running effective team offense.
Williams against Pippen. Williams in the post. It's Clark with the rebound. Memphis has gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. Now, here's Kennard. He has yet to score from the arc. Rebounded by Prosper. And here's Williams now. He'll bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. We've got 1:55 left in the third. Nice move. Stan, we have so many great players in this NBA. I mean, every night, from top to bottom, each roster, there's so many great players. But in your opinion, who is the toughest to game plan against?
Wow, that is a tough question because there's so many of them where there's no good answers. You know, let's take Jokic, for example. If you play him one-on-one, he's going to score virtually every time. If you come in, double team him, send the second defender, he's going to make the right pass all the time. There's no way to absolutely stop him. You just do the best you can to limit their team.
The great ones always have answers, don't they, Stan?
If they didn't, Kevin, they wouldn't be the great ones.
Here's Exum. It's hauled in by Huff. And the Grizzlies leading by 23. Outside Pippen. Looking for Clark, and he gets it there.
And what an alley-oop. Those two read each other so well.
It's a play I'm sure they'd love to run. Here's Prosper. He's covered by Clark. Pippen against Williams. Gafford, bounce pass, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
The Mavericks have gone 4 of 6 so far from the line, missing a couple.
2 shots.
Second free throw, no good, and they recover it. Williams in the post, Pippen on him, and that one is good. Williams has got 5 now.
Letting a guy sneak by for a putback off a free throw, that is inexcusable.
24 seconds left in the third quarter. Kennard's shot is off.
Well, the analytics don't like it, but if the defense is giving it up, I like that shot selection despite the miss.
Pass to Prosper. And here's Exum. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And so it's Memphis cruising into the quarter break with a 20. And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. The Mavericks shooting poorly, just 35% so far. Morant is the point with Bane out on the wing. Jackson is out there with Edey. And it's Jackson in at the 3. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. On its way from Irving for 2. Rebounded by Jackson. Memphis leading by 22. Here's Morant. And finished off by Morant.
Dunks aren't always for the big fella.
A serious power move from the point.
Well, in this league, you can see powerful plays from anyone and anywhere. Your position no longer dictates your scoring options.
Bane with the screen on Irving. Here's Morant. And finished up by Morant.
Focus there from Morant. He just takes them all on and stays locked in on the basket.
Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Morant dishes to Jackson. Up top, Morant, covered by Irving. Fades. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Morant's got 30 points.
This is what Morant does best, a natural scorer who does it in a variety of ways.
And a wide open look for Irving. That doesn't go in either for Irving. For Memphis, they've gotten all 3 of their shots to drop here in the fourth quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. It's Morant with the drop.
Well, he's getting all he can offensively and making the most of it.
The Mavericks have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. Outside Irving. From deep. Another miss by Irving. Grizzlies have gone a perfect 4 of 4 to start the final quarter. Can't ask for anything more than that. The 3 from Morant. Hands it from downtown. Morant's got 11 in the second half.
What I like here, even with the big lead, they continue to execute their offense.
Yeah, to put together this kind of performance at both ends of the floor on the road, it's impressive.
And that's a defensive miscue there. You can't let Irving get that kind of position inside.
Morant against Irving. Bane kicks to Morant. Clock at 4. And he drives in. And Morant throws it down.
They just won't miss. I mean, this is incredible.
Well, as a coach, this is when you enjoy what you're watching. Your team playing well and everything just flowing.
On its way from Irving for 2. It's rebounded by Memphis. Jackson's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Irving against Morant. Off the mark with the outside fadeaway.
You know, not sure if he's playing to the crowd, but no need for the fadeaway on that shot. And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Grizzlies.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for John Morant.
Well, bottom line, he was just unstoppable at times. Not much you can do when he's playing with that kind of confidence.
And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
Grizzlies ball.
Here's Morant. There's 37 seconds left in the fourth. Fires the 3. Here's Jackson. Pass to Edie. Back to Jackson. 6 on the shot clock. Over Irving. The Grizzlies with another miss. And so it's Davis. He'll bring the ball up for the Dallas Mavericks. Here's Irving. Guarded by Jackson. They swipe it. And Payne launches it from deep. Off target. So no problem for Memphis as they get the win. They poured it out tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much.
Thank you for that, David. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Stan Van Gundy.
Up next, the Grizzlies take it up. Greetings from 2K Sport. Tonight, we've got two teams who aren't afraid to slow the pace of the game.
Well, B.A., it's because they're both adept at operating their half-court sets. They don't feel the need to push the tempo all the time.
The starters for the Golden State Warriors. Stephen Curry is out there with Moses Moody. Then there's Draymond Green. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Post in at the 5, roaming the paint. So it's the Warriors now. The Grizzlies making their last shot. And here's Curry for 3. The shot that time not on target. Here's Morant. And then Morant with the dunk.
Oh, the vertical of Morant is simply incredible. I mean, he's fantastic at using it to his advantage on the inside.
Now here's Curry. Got a hand on it. On the wing, Bane. And another basket for Memphis.
Not just an aggressive scorer, Morant is also a fantastic distributor.
After 3 straight playoff appearances, the Grizzlies sadly missed the postseason in 2024.
You know, really, by no fault of their own, B.A. Injuries ruined what fans were hoping would be a big year for them. You know, it just goes to show there's no safe bets in this league.
Now here's Jackson, and here's Morant outside. The rebound by Post. On the wing, Curry, hounded by Morant. Moody from outside. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. Pass to Edey. The 3 is up. Left side, Morant. Now Jackson, clock at 6. Memphis needs to get off a shot. Beyond the arc. Jackson can't get it to go. Golden State has gone 0 for 2 from outside. Moody passes to Curry. Outside Moody. Pass to Post. Back to Moody. They still need this. Sinks it from distance.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
The Grizzlies have gone 3 of 6 from the floor. Here's Morant. They swipe it. Now here's Moody. He's covered closely. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Moses Moody. That's his first foul of the game.
And just a great job of getting there first and absorbing the contact.
And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes play. Outside Morant. Driving to the basket. No good with a layup.
Everything right except the finish. Have to keep focused all the way through the play.
And one thing that Morant has always been elite at, finding a seam in a defense and getting to the rim, Grant.
Yeah, any crack allows him to get inside. And as good as anyone at splitting a double, which he sees a lot of, so once inside, he can finish with authority or kick it out to a shooter.
Here's Morant. The Warriors getting their last shot to go. Oh, there's Morant with the slam.
I mean, just an agile move by Morant down low, working around the contact and getting it to go.
Here's Curry, outside for Butler. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. All right, we've now got our 2K insider, Shams Charania, on the line. He's got a special report. Shams, it's all yours.
Guys, thanks. Well, Jimmy Butler is in the 5th stop of his NBA career. He'd been in a standoff with the Heat. As they hesitated to extend him at the number he desired, he knew there's going to be someone willing to pay up. And guys, I'm very interested to see how Butler fits in his new opportunity.
Yeah, we'll continue to track that story. All right, Shams, thanks a lot. And it's hammered home by Green.
Draymond Green making a good call that time in the open court.
And so Morant will bring it up for Memphis. They trail by 1. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. No surprise here. Stephen Curry hopes to be a Warrior for life. He said being a part of a group of legends that have played for one franchise, established a culture, and won at the highest level, and did it with a lot of different roster combinations, I don't ever take that for granted. Brian, what a run.
Yeah, it is a great run, and he's been the foundation, Allie. Thank you. Curry's shot is off.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Butler against Morant. Pass to Edey. Pulls it from the corner. And a great assist by Morant as that one goes. Warriors trail by 3. And stolen by Jackson. Jackson down low. And the foul called on Draymond Green. That's his first foul of the game.
These calls can be so difficult for officials to make.
Morant looking around. And he drives in. Up and in on the layup. Morant's got 10 points.
He just takes advantage of the D in a way that very few players playing today can do.
And a deep 3 from Curry. Sinks it. What range from downtown. It's stolen by Green. Ja Morant, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for the Grizzlies. He put together 10 points in the quarter. Back after this. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after this first quarter of play. And let's take a moment to get your take, guys, on the scoring so far for the Grizzlies.
Well, we've seen them take advantage of the lanes given to them so far. The defense isn't plugging it up, and it's being exploited.
Well, whether the defense is inviting these shots or not, it's been great in the mid-range. And so producing from there, that bodes well.
So on the floor for Golden State, they've got Moses Moody, Butler out there with Green. Then there's Stephen Curry, and it's Post in at the center position. Here's Edey. And the dunk by Jackson.
Impressive one-hand slam right there, B.A.
Man, as long as he's confident about it, I'm good with it. Maybe use 2 hands next time. He knows where he is. And there it is for him.
Those floaters, boy, they really demoralize the defense. Here's the thing. Steph knows it.
Outside Morant. There's the triple. Offensive rebound. Edey. Lays it up and banks it in. Edey's gotten his second bucket.
Such a big part of what he does for this team. Just work and work on the boards, generate second chance opportunities, and hopefully convert.
Here's Post. Yet to see a basket. Pass to Green. Here's Post. The kick out. Curry. There's a screen from behind the arc. 4th three, Stephen Curry.
I mean, just so easy for Curry to get that three off. Beautiful shot.
Well, Brent, it's been a blessing to watch Stephen Curry in real time. But he's the kind of player, his highlights will stand the test of time for years.
The best shooter that's ever played the game. Yes, it's been a real treat, BA, to watch all of that happen. But I give credit to Steph. The early part of his career, shaky with the injuries, the confidence never wavered. And then all of a sudden, behind these magical hands, the game had changed.
And it's Green missing. For Memphis, they've gotten 2 of 5 shots to fall this second quarter. Morant with a screen on Curry. Here's Payne. And a two-handed jam!
Just great offense. The screen freeing him up for the slam.
Hey, without that screen, he doesn't get a clean look at the rim.
Yeah, why did he settle for the layup when you can attack the rim and rise up like that?
So it's the Warriors now, after the basket by Memphis on the other end. All right, for those just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second. Morant against Butler. Inside. Here's Edey. Good, and the setup by Morant. Morant's got 3 assists in the game.
Dynamic. I mean, every night Morant makes incredible plays, and that extends as well to his passing.
And Steve Kerr calls timeout. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here. Warriors trail by 5. Curry looking it over. They set the pick. Pass to Green. Draymond. Oh, such a force inside.
Draymond Green with only one thing on his mind when he gets that close, and that's collecting 2 points.
Butler against Morant. Up top, Jackson. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. That's on Jimmy Butler.
Hey, if you can't block it, sending him to the line can be the next best thing. Well, so much can be said about Jaren Jackson Jr.'s versatility, but I'd like to praise his team-first mindset. If the dirty work needs doing, he's got it, as long as it helps his team get the win.
Now here's Curry. Give him 8 points now. Green, the pass to Curry. From downtown. The rebound by Jackson. Memphis leading by 5. Pass to Morant. And almost 4 minutes gone in the second quarter of play. Jackson can't get it to go. The Warriors have gone 3 for 7 here in the second quarter. Here's Green. Oh, look at Green attacking with fury.
Draymond Green's going to be very excited about that play.
Morant against Butler. Pass to Edey. Right side Bane. Now Morant. He's covered by Curry. 5 on the clock. Goes up on the wing. Ooh, a little luck that time as it drops. Morant's got 12.
And tearing them to shreds tonight. You know, when a player as versatile as Morant starts going off, look out.
The kick out, Curry. And so they foul intentionally.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Here's Curry. And that one goes in as he's fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts the free throw. Stephen Curry is still playing, but the debates have already started about where he ranks among the all-time greats, Brent.
BA, it's a matter of opinion, but if your opinion is that he shouldn't be up there, shame on you. At 6'2", this guy is pound for pound, maybe the best player that's ever suited up in this league.
Morant, no good.
Yeah, better than giving up the layup. You want to go in there and use the hard foul. They did it there. That's aggressive attitude defensively.
Man, good whistle there.
First personal foul for the team. At the line for the Warriors.
The first free throw is good. Both teams will make substitutions. And it's tied up with that one.
It can help a big man's game to hit those free throws. It keeps the defense from getting too aggressive.
Clark outside. Oh, no good on the last second attempt there. So a tie game here as we finish the first half. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out there for the start of the third quarter, right after the break. We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Well, you got to like what Ja Morant has done in this game.
Hey, we didn't expect this. Not normally a big-time assist maker. He's done a great job moving the ball around.
You can get into a passing rhythm, and so far all of his have been on point.
We've got Brandon Clark, and it's Wells in at the small forward position. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. Pippen, pass to Huff. Gets to the corner and hits it. Huff's got his first 2 points. The Warriors trailing. Outside Pajemski. Pass to Payton. Drives to the hoop. The Grizzlies pull it in. You know, not too many teams have the stability at head coach as the Warriors have had, Brent.
Well, I'm not sure there's ever been a more perfect fit for a team than Steve Kerr with the Golden State Warriors. It has been a magical run in the Bay Area, and you just look at the type of connectivity he has with his players, and again, how much joy these Warriors play with. That's just a lapse right there. No matter what, somebody has to be there and get a hand up in the shooter's face.
There's the drive. Pass to Huff. And if you're just joining us, we've played just over a minute here in the third.
And nobody putting out much of an effort to stop him.
Surprising, in a close game, a lack of energy on defense.
On one side, inspiration. On the other, devastation.
Here's Pippen. He's watched by Kuminga. Pippen, the pass to Clark. Here's Wells. Got a piece of it.
He's going to hear from his teammates after that one. Not quite sure what happened.
Payton's shot is good. And the Warriors lead by 1. We've seen 5 lead changes so far. Neither team able to pull away.
Yeah, this game just feels like it's going to come down to the wire.
Pippen, pass to Huff. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
I just love the aggressive finish.
I'm thinking he's sending a strong message with that jam. Outside Kuminga. To the inside. Here's Jackson Davis. He got a piece of it. For Memphis, they've gotten 3 of 4 shots to fall so far in the third. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jonathan Kuminga. That's his first foul. Second half of play here with just under 2.5 minutes passed. Here's Huff. Well, Grant, as you always say, in the playoffs, you need a player who can score in isolation.
That's true, B.A. And in a 7-game series, defenses disrupt your set offense. If your stars can go mano-a-mano and create something out of nothing, that's often the best you can get.
Outside Pajemski. There's a screen by Kuminga. Shot from the wing. Huff pulls it in.
Well, that mid-range, Jay, usually pretty much on the money. Maybe the timing just a little bit off on that one.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
Here's Pippen. Still without a bucket. Kicks it out to Clark. Clock at 4. Shoots from the right block. Jackson Davis grabs the miss. Jackson Davis has got 4 rebounds now. Pass to Pajemski. A little under 3.5 minutes off the clock now in the third quarter. From the paint, Payton. Kuminga, the pass to Hield. He buries it from 3. Hield's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Buddy does such a great job of preparing his shot even before he gets the ball.
Here's Huff, covered by Jackson Davis. Payton against Kennard. Clark with a screen on Payton. And the basket by Clark. Clark's gotten his first bucket of the night.
Kennard making a good read that time, and he's an underrated playmaker.
What a rookie year for Brandon Pajemski. A seamless transition into the league.
Talk about a guy who could come in and contribute right away. I remember the stretch last year. He had 3 straight games with double-doubles without a turnover. Now, that's some petty play for a rookie. Pajemski, he's got a great calmness and a great demeanor about him, but always willing to make the next play.
Here's Pippen. Still no points. Kennard on the wing. Clark with a screen on Payton. Kennard passes to Huff. Count it. Huff's got 6. Golden State has gone 2 for 2 from deep here in the third. Now 5 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Kennard against Payton. It's deflected. And we've got a whistle. He was fouling with a purpose. And in that spot, in that situation, it's got to be a transition take foul. And he's got his first opportunity at the line here tonight. Eight seconds left in the third quarter. Down low. Here's Huff. In low. Kennard for 3.
And at the buzzer, count it. Just textbook. Kept his cool and waited for his shot.
That's exactly how you want to close out the quarter, too, with some confidence.
And that'll do it for the third quarter. Memphis. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
The coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
Substitution on the court.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we'll start the fourth in what is still anybody's ball game. On the court for Golden State to start the fourth. Gary Payton II is out there with Brandon Pajemski. Then it's Trace Jackson Davis. Then there's Jonathan Kuminga. And it's Hield in at the 3. Curry passes to Butler. Lets it go from deep. And he can't get that one to go. His 6th miss in 10 tries. Grizzlies lead by 4. Pass to Edey. And he dunks it down.
I'll tell you, he is so tough to keep down once he gets near that rim.
Yeah, he can get up even a few notches higher.
Win or lose, this is the fight you want to see from your players.
A great example out here of just a no-quit team continuing to compete until the final buzzer.
Now here's Morant. Knocks it loose. Here we go. Here's Curry. It's Curry all the way.
This is just not a surprise. Steph Curry is having a massive offensive game.
Butler against Morant. They set the pick. Pass to Edey. Right at the free throw line. Takes a big high bounce and goes in. And the Grizzlies lead by 4.
Yeah, these teams are playing with incredible energy.
At least in the second half they have been. The first half wasn't played anywhere near this intense. Of all the action happening there, it's the assist that jumps out to me there. That's just a great look and a great setup for the bucket.
Now here's Morant. And here's Bane. Here's Edey. That's basket number 6 in 8 tries.
All the way to the bucket, no resistance. Just swipe the candy from him.
Curry passes to Butler. Here's Post. And he jams it home with authority.
Well, heady plays like that are what Jimmy Butler is all about. He knows where the defense is.
Morant against Butler. Ja slices through. Oh, he just jams it right over Stephen Curry. And they're not happy with the call here. Coach is giving...
And even with the coach's challenge in place, we've seen so many of these personal foul calls still disputed even after the video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look, so the officials can be sure they get it right. So they see clear evidence of a bad call, and they're going to overturn it. Oh! Butler bringing it home!
Man, no question. Jimmy Butler all the way.
Pass to Edey. Outside for Moran. Jackson, the screen. Here's Edey. Fires for three. And a great assist by Moran as that one goes. Moran's got 5 assists in the game.
2 minutes remaining of the game.
Curry against Moran. And there's the screen. Pass to post. Moody with it. Just 5 on the clock. Fires from 14. Misses off the left iron. Curry against Moran. Kicks it out to Jackson. It's good. And the Grizzlies lead by 7.
Yeah, good touch from Jackson Jr. Ready to score inside when given these opportunities.
Curry passes to Butler. Oh, it's blocked by Jackson. And the Grizzlies shooting has been tremendous. 63% for the game and scoring with confidence. Oh, there's Morant with the slam.
And that's Morant for you. Not settling. When he sees the opening, he goes for it.
Oh, a strong finish from Curry.
And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
Yeah, the coach pretty smart for zoning in on him and giving him opportunities to stay with that confident play.
There's a screen. Outside Moran. Back to Payne. Pulls it from 20. It's rebounded by Golden State. We've got 33 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Moody from outside. And Morant clears the board. And it's Morant with the ball for the Grizzlies. Pass to Bane. 17 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. This one for 3. That shot missing. So Memphis wins it. Boy, a hard-fought game. They did a great job of holding on to the lead at the end.
Yeah, get the coffee, because that's the way to close. You're going to face some obstacles in the game. They overcame every one.
All right, Allie's ready to go. She's courtside. Hey, Allie. Allie, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Allie LaForce, Greg.
Got two of the top offensive teams in this one.
Yeah, but my focus is on the other end tonight, defense. The team that can come up with just a few timely stretches of stops, I think they win.
Now Golden State's starting five. They've got Curry. Draymond Green is out there with Butler. Then there's Moody. And it's Post in at the 5 down low. And so it's the Warriors getting on the board first. Outside Irving. Six to shoot. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Gafford, no one around him. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Butler kicks to Curry. Wants to get it to Butler and does. Rebound by Marshall. Irving drives in. That one drops for him.
Always a threat on the drive. Irving has an explosive first step.
And it's Curry with the ball, bringing it up for Golden State. Boy, you look at these role players the Mavs have, Clark. They've done a great job.
They really have, Kevin. I mean, the front office identified who the players were that could best play with their core stars. Needed defenders and guys that could catch and shoot the three. They went out and loaded up the roster with those perfectly fitting role players.
Here's Irving, following the basket by Draymond Green. And it's Kyrie Irving with the three. Irving's got 5 now.
Kyrie Irving, what a touch from deep.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Well, I briefly spoke with Jason Kidd, and we talked about facing off against Jimmy Butler, and the coach said, you have to compete. No one in the league plays harder than Jimmy. He's a guy who gives his all on both ends, so you can't take one possession off. Jimmy Butler, truly a two-way star. Guys?
All right, David, thanks. Green with the block.
Green takes great pride in his defense now. He loves the 9 shots at the rim and playing bigger than his 6'8" frame would lead you to believe.
Curry against Irving. Davis with a screen on Curry. Here's the triple. Another 3 for Dallas.
You know, when Irving rises up to take these shots, so smooth in how he gets it done. He always seems to be in control.
Here's Curry. And he makes good on the layup. He has 5.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now, here is Irving. Jimmy Butler with the rebound. First quarter of play, we're about 3 minutes in. Launches a 3. The shot by Curry, no good. And it's Irving with the ball for the Dallas Mavericks. Gafford sets the pick for Irving. Pass to Thompson. From deep three-point land. No good that time.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time. And a hard finish there, guys.
Yeah, and only one hand needed for that one.
Sometimes that's all you need.
And many around the league believe Curry doesn't get enough fouls called in his favor. GA, what do you think?
There could be some truth to that. He gets held and grabbed more than anyone when running off screens, but especially blatant on drives to the rim.
And Butler gets it to go.
Look, he's not the bulkiest guy in terms of his frame, but Butler is really fearless and plays with great confidence and toughness, and it's hard to stop him because of that.
Now here's Irving. He's got 8. Pass to Gafford. to Irving. On the clock. From past the arc. Dallas no good that time either. Warriors leading by 3. They kick it out to Green. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
And one thing about Draymond, he almost invites contact.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Produced screen on Butler. Irving for 3. Another miss by Irving. Golden State's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. To stop the drought, and he lays it up and in. Irving's got 10 points in the game.
That's the thing about Kyrie. He's a 3-level scorer.
Outside Curry. Here's Post. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
First personal foul.
Yeah, the defender all over.
He got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
2 shots.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
Really always a plus to have a big guy stroke it from the line like that. The soft touch on full display.
And we reach the end of the first quarter. Warriors lead by 5. And back in a moment as we'll get... And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And taking a look at the Warriors' performance here, guys. What are your thoughts?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Yeah, and it's worked. They've got a clear edge and points in the paint. Now we'll see if they go with a more balanced attack or just keep on pounding it inside.
Kyrie Irving is out there with Klay Thompson. Then there's Daniel Gafford. And there's Davis, and it's Marshall in at the small forward. So that's who Dallas starts the second with. Break since reaching 5 consecutive NBA Finals. The Warriors have missed the playoffs 3 of the past 5 years.
And to be fair, they did go 46-36 last season. They were 10 games over 500 last year. So they weren't a bad team, but Golden State doesn't just expect to be in the play-in. They want to be a contender.
Butler feeling it out a bit. Shoots over Gafford, and it's Butler missing. Mavericks trailed by 3. And on the way from Irving for 3. It's no good. He is 4 for 10 in the game. Curry always finds a way. This time inside.
Great work inside by Curry there. So clever and composed in the paint.
Irving with a clean look. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Irving's got 13.
Watch out now. When this guy gets into a rhythm, it is something to behold.
Curry against Irving. They set the pick. Curry is inside. Here's Moody. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks.
Well, you know he wants that one back. I mean, more often than not, he'll sink that mid-range jumper.
The Warriors leading. Outside Butler to the inside. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. Dallas has gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Irving for 3. Draymond Green grabs the miss. Warriors have gotten only 1 of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. Kyrie Irving has got to be as skilled a player as we've seen in the NBA.
Well, I tell you what, I don't know if I've ever seen a better layup maker than him. I played against Isaiah Thomas and read about Nate Archibald and some of the other great small ball guards. But, man, this kid, Kyrie Irving, well, young man now, 50, 40, 90 on a season. And a lot of times he's making acrobatic layups against 6'9" and 7-foot guys. Special.
Outside Curry. Steph, perfection from the arc.
That's Curry's game. I mean, you can't give him a sliver of daylight out there.
Now about 3 minutes gone in the second quarter of basketball. And here's Green. He'll bring it up for Golden State. They lead by 4.
2 minutes.
Outside for Curry. Three-pointer. The Mavericks pull it in. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you very much. Anthony Davis broke his defense down for me. He said, I can block shots, switch on to anybody, guard the pick and roll, I can guard the post, I can guard the pin down. So that's my ability. My ability defensively is to do everything. Kevin?
And he does everything. David, thank you so much. Green. And Irving pulls it down. Mavericks trail by 4. Marshall dishes to Davis. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Irving looking for an opening. From downtown, Green with the block. They recover it. Thompson way outside. Thompson from way outside.
With his strong shot mechanics, these long-range shots tend to look easy for Thompson.
And that one, good.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
And you know that's how it goes with him. I mean, his hot streaks, guys, don't last minutes. They last days.
Irving for 3. The rebound by Post. Post has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Pass to Moody. To the middle. Power down after the assist. Let him into the lane.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA. The lead is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
Gafford with the steal. Good if it goes. The shot misses. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Warriors ahead, leading by 5. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by. All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
Please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot. Ooh, they're measuring up the shot.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Kyrie Irving really making a difference here.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of it.
So with Butler sitting on the bench, here's the group that Steve Kerr has on the floor. They've got Gary Payton II, Trace Jackson Davis out there with Jonathan Kuminga. Then there's Brandon Pajemski, and it's Hield in at the 2 spot. Analytics or the eye test? The optics or the numbers in front, Greg? When you're judging the performance of a player, what kind of criteria do you use?
Well, an MVP candidate recently said, my eye test tells me this guy's a terrible defender, but the analytics tell me he's a great defender. I'm confused, and I often feel the same way.
Warriors leading by 7. Second half just getting started, about a minute played. Puts up a 3. It's rebounded by Dallas.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
And Brandon Pajemski gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Prosper, defended by Kuminga. Here's Exum, uses the glass to finish the layup.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded out game.
Here's Pajemski. He's guarded by Williams.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Third quarter of play with just over a minute and a half gone by. There's the pick. Shot by Hield. Nobody around. No good from outside.
And even without that three-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Mark, we were just talking. P.J. Washington has improved his defense, hasn't he?
He really has been intentional about getting better at that end of the floor. And, you know, he always had a good foundation for potentially being an outstanding defender, but then he put the work in. You know, he does a great job with his positioning. He's got excellent positional size, and because of all of that in his work, he's a versatile defender now that can make an impact at that end of the floor.
Williams' shot is off. Warriors leading by 7. Here's Payton. A rebound by Washington.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Exum passes to Gafford. Count that one.
Textbook. Nice pass. Great catch. Even better finish.
Warriors have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Here's Podziemski. He's guarded by Williams. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Jackson Davis has got the lead up to 7 now for the Warriors.
What hustle on the offensive glass, finding ways to capitalize, paying off that hard work.
2 minutes remaining in the ball.
Golden State's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Here's Podziemski. He's guarded by Williams. Washington against Payton. Down to 5 on the shot clock. No good that time. And here's Williams now. He'll bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. A 3-ball. The Warriors pull it in. We've got 1:23 left in the third. Pass to Kuminga. And the rejection by Gafford. And it's out of bounds. The Warriors able to retain possession here. Kuminga finds Payton. 5 to shoot. Shoots over Washington. Nails it from the high post. And the Warriors lead by 9. Dallas shooting 31%, not looking sharp offensively to say the least. Now here's Exum. He's tightly guarded. Pass to Gafford. Williams in the post. He's defended by Podziemski. And you know, Clark, you look at the switch the Mavericks hit last year. This is a team that has certainly bought in.
It's pretty clear, Kevin. They believe in their coach, and they know they can make it to the finals now. They look to empower one another. They play as more than the sum of their parts, that's for sure. A well-oiled, cohesive group.
Back to Podziemski. Hit by Kuminga. Floats it up for Kuminga. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Well, I tell you what, they've got this team just a step away from being completely sleek. Cashing in on the interior, making it look all too easy.
Pass to Podziemski. Now Hield. And Dante Exum picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. Second team foul. Substitution on the court.
Curry kicks to Green. Shoots the 3. Oh, he nails it just in time.
One eye on the rim, one on the clock. What a play.
And so it's the Golden State Warriors enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. Their defense has been active and effective. And we'll be right back after this. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate. And how about the setup this was?
Yeah, and as a 2-guard, he's typically not a reluctant shooter. So it was really nice to see him orchestrating for a teammate instead.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. They've got Klay Thompson. Davis is out there with Daniel Gafford. Then there's Irving. And it's Marshall in at the small forward position. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. Here's Marshall. 5 on the clock. Back to Gafford. Pass to Irving. The 3. Draymond Green pulls it in. Green's got 4 rebounds in this game. Butler passes to Green. Curry looking it over. Lets the 3 fly. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Gafford's got 5 rebounds tonight. Right side Irving. Down low. It's tipped. Outside Butler. Green. Good, and Butler gets the assist.
Assist from
Green's got the lead up to 14 now for the Warriors.
And Draymond is smart at knowing when to shoot the ball, especially when he's got strong position inside.
Here's Gafford. The rebound by Post.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
Outside Curry. They set the screen. Moody's shot is off. Dallas has gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. Curry with the steal. Pass to Moody. Outside Curry. Lets it go from deep. That ball is good for another field goal. His 6th. He is 6 for 9 on the stat sheet. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Warriors.
Really a great job in this one, forcing the issue defensively. Great quickness and discipline combined, making ball handlers very uncomfortable.
And they've really been able to get out in transition and produce. The defense hasn't had an answer for this up-tempo pace.
And that one's good. Green.
And great offensive instincts from Green. Goes into the shot the moment he catches the ball.
The kick out to Irving. Davis with a screen on Butler. Irving for 3, and he's good on the 3 ball.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Curry passes to Moody. Up again. And it's Anthony Davis with the rebound. Mavericks trail by 17. Outside Irving. Fires for 3. Green with the rebound. Green's got 5 rebounds tonight. To the paint. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
First personal foul.
And to me, Draymond Green really embodies the idea of a high IQ player. He can read the opposition, predict where a play is going, and those instincts aren't something that can be easily taught to anyone.
Irving for 3. That doesn't go in either for Irving.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Warriors.
2 great rebounding teams.
And these guys worked just a little bit harder tonight, and that was the edge they needed.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Draymond Green.
He came out and let everyone know that points would be hard to come by with the way he swatted away shots and protected the rim.
Fires from the wing, and it's good off the back rim and in.
Probably wasn't the shot they were looking for, but they'll take the bucket.
Curry against Irving. Here's the 3. Curry can't get it to go. Dallas has gotten some tough luck from 3-point range. In the 4th quarter, they've hit just 1 of 6 from deep. Irving's shot is good. Here's Curry. 46 seconds left in the game. Pass to Post. And again, it's the Warriors missing. Gafford finds Irving. Over Green. It's rebounded by Golden State. They led the game at 1 point by 20. Irving against Curry. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. This one was over. David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark.
paper, this game is something of a mismatch, Doris.
Yes, it is, but it's always dangerous when one team is expected to win by a large margin. Because why? Human nature. Can't skip steps. These are still professional basketball players. That underdog can be a real dog.
And here's Memphis' starting group. Manning the backcourt, we'll see Moran and Bain. Jaren Jackson out there with Edey, and it's Jackson in at small forward. Davis with it, Jackson in his pocket. Marshall inside, Jackson on him. Gafford with a screen on Bain. Thompson goes in, pass to Gafford, back to Thompson, over Bain. Thompson's shot is off.
Well, this is the kind of shot we've come to expect him to make. He's got to be upset with that one.
Outside Moran. Jackson with a screen on Irving. Moran, the pass to Jackson. And Davis with the block. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Davis. And now it's time to take another view of that huge swat.
That'll put some fear into the shooters, and he made sure to do it early, too.
First quarter of play, a minute in. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Bain. The Mavericks pull it in. Despite entering his 30s, Anthony Davis is not slowing down, Graham.
Yeah, B.A. And last year, AD put up the best rebounding numbers of his career. And his shooting percentage also very high. And just watching him, Davis is still an all-NBA caliber player, capable of taking over on both ends.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Earlier, I spoke with Jason Kidd. He said John Morant is so good and so entertaining that some guys on both teams just stand around and watch him. He told his players, if you let him get to the rim and do something spectacular, you're not only giving up points, you're energizing the guys around him. Coach wants to prevent the highlight reel kind of plays.
As always, Allie, we thank you. Here's Edey. Here's the pick. Bain serving the D. Pass to Moran. Jackson with a screen on Irving. Thompson with a steal. Here's Marshall. Davis with a screen on Bain. And it's Marshall penetrating. Oh, he goes up high for the two-handed slam.
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't...
Oh, putting on a show for the fans. Morant's skills making it look like a circus in here.
First team foul.
The Mavericks have gone 1 of 5 to start things off. Irving against Moran. Gafford the screen. Here's Irving. And he gets the friendly roll as that one goes.
That is Kyrie Irving in a nutshell. You want to give him the mid-range, he'll take it. The consummate 3-level scorer.
Here's Moran. And then Moran with the jam.
He's shaking the hoop. He's actually shaking the whole building.
Oh, what a slam. Look here, the fans going crazy right now. Gafford with a screen on Bain. Thompson fires from way outside. That's no good. He's 0 for 4. Doris, one place you see this Dallas team show up is in the hustle stats.
B.A., this version of the Dallas Mavericks is as tough and as gritty and as willing to compete as any I've seen.
Pass to Irving. Lets it go from deep. Drills it from deep. Irving's got 5 points.
Well, this guy lives out there. Irving, one of the best three-point shooters in the game.
Here's Moran. And then Moran with the dunk.
And defensively, you have to make him work harder than this, or it's going to be a long night.
And Irving has got the ball here for the Dallas Mavericks. Davis a screen. Irving, the pass to Davis. Back to Irving. Fires the 3. The Grizzlies pull it in.
That's his shot, and one I'm sure he wants back.
And he goes in for the dunk.
With 2 hands on the rock, he powers it through.
Totally in control, protecting the ball the whole way. Gafford with a screen on Morant. Irving for 3. Another miss by Irving.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
2-second difference between shot and game clock. Pass to Thompson. Beyond the arc. Davis with a screen on Bain. Irving for 3. Drains the triple. Give him 8.
Oh, guys, there are not many strokes more pure than that of Kyrie Irving's.
To the paint. And down it goes. Dunked it through off a beautiful setup.
He slams it home and gets some extra camera time chilling on the rim.
Yeah, he did spend a little time up there, didn't he? Kyrie Irving has been on display for the Mavericks. 8 points in the quarter, showing how effective he can be. We'll be right back. And some good action in the books as we get back to a game that's been pretty close so far here. And when you consider how Dallas is doing, guys, your thoughts?
Simply put, they look totally fearless on the defensive end.
Well, very disruptive in that first period. They never allowed the offense to get comfortable.
On the court for Memphis. Manning the backcourt, we'll see Morant and Bain. Jackson out there with Jackson, and it's Edey in at the 5 down low. Pass to Marshall. Stolen by Jackson. On the break. Ja slices through. That basket is good. Off the assist from Jackson. Morant's got 8.
One of the faster players in the league, end to end. I mean, few people can run with Morant.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Hey, Brian, Anthony Davis is letting it fly. He said, the way that teams are playing me, I've been getting back to the mid-range. It's an easier shot instead of fighting the double team, so that's all it is, continuing to trust it and shoot it. Brian, we've seen that jumper be a real weapon for him.
Yeah, that's a good call, Allie. Thanks. Down low. Gafford with the bucket.
Well, you love the unselfish nature of Kyrie Irving. He understands it's his job to make the guys around him feel good and find them in their sweet spots.
Tipped. Outside for Morant. Three-pointer. The three-pointer is down, Ja Morant.
This guy, a tough cover for any defender. Creative and assertive scoring the ball.
All right, Doris, Kyrie Irving is a special talent. What's his greatest asset, you think, on the floor?
Oh, B.A., this is a tough question. If you ask NBA players, they'll tell you the guy with the best handle historically is Kyrie Irving. But to me, his best attribute, fearlessness, the ability to deliver when it most matters.
Inside. Now Davis. He's scoreless. Oh, Davis asserts himself at the rim.
You talk about guys that like to go right to the rim. AD is towards the top of that list.
Edey for 3. And the rebound goes to Dallas.
And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Irving for 3. Count it. He's 4 for 8 now.
He's the last guy you want to leave alone on the perimeter.
Morant, the pass to Jackson. Kicks it out to Bain. Jackson, the screen. Releases from 15. Goes back up. Back to Jackson. 4-3. And the three-pointer goes.
Well, that's somebody who sees the whole floor and delivers it to the perfect wide-open shooter.
Gafford with a screen on Morant. Irving for 3. Gafford, the open look. It's wide right, hits off the rim. Grizzlies lead by 3. Outside Morant. He can't hit that time.
Good shot, gone bad. Gotta finish there.
And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call. The Mavericks have got 3 of 6 shots to go here in the second quarter. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed here in the second quarter. Here's Marshall, defended by Jackson. Shot clock at 6. Outside for Irving. From downtown. Again, the miss by Dallas. Memphis has gone 2 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the second. Jackson with a screen on Irving. Jackson outside. Outside for Morant. Timeout called. Memphis. Grant, we all know how good Kyrie Irving is, but he's especially lethal in the fourth quarter.
And his clutch moments go far beyond his series winner in the 2016 finals. He thrives in high-pressure moments and has done so his whole career.
Memphis needs to get off a shot. Jackson with room to fire, and he didn't get quite enough under that one. Marshall passes to Thompson. That three's off the mark.
Oh, man, he can't get anything to fall. You can feel his frustration.
He is trying to shoot his way out of it, and it might be better for him to pass the basketball at this point.
Morant against Irving. Edey for 3. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed. A rough stretch offensively. They could really use a basket.
Davis, the pass to Gafford. Pass to Irving. Gafford the screen. To stop the drought. Irving, no good. Here's Payne. And he buries that one. Back rim and in. Payne's got 4 points this quarter.
Great finish. What a setup. Terrific ball movement there.
And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Memphis ahead. They're up by 5. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
Hey, please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been a fairly even one. Boy, you got to like what Ja Morant has done in this game.
Yeah, they've done an amazing job of creating room to operate for him. And then, of course, executing.
One of the things every player is after is efficiency at the offensive end. And boy, this young guy has done just that.
They've got Williams. He's out there with Dante Exum. Washington out there with Daniel Gafford. And it's Prosper in at the 4. That's the lineup out there for the Mavericks. Mavericks trail by 5. Exum outside. Pass to Gafford. Back to Exum. Gafford the screen from behind the arc. Exum gets the bucket. Well, when you look at the forwards in this league, there are a lot more Grant Hill types out there these days, partner.
Well, thank you for the nice words, B.A. Of course, I took pride in my overall game. And over the last few decades or so, we've seen a bunch of guys playing the 3, 4, and 5 who can pass, dribble, and shoot. So it's fun to watch the game evolve.
They get it back. Here's Gafford. He nails it, and we're tied.
Probably a play they drew up in the locker room at half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible. And boy, that's a terrific start right there.
Oh, good.
We call that solid fundamentals. Luke Kennard finding his teammate on time and on target.
Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. Dallas shooting their first free throws of this game. The free throw drops for Williams. And Williams drops them both.
You can tell when he steps to the line the kind of confidence he has in himself. It's written all over his body language.
Here's Pippen, and he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2. Memphis shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line. And he makes the first. And that's good as he hits both shots. Third quarter here, over a minute and a half into it. Williams on the wing. Gafford in the post. Oh, it's stolen. And now the Grizzlies on the run. Oh, Oh, Clark with the slam.
And it's energy like that on both ends of the floor that's got them out ahead.
And Williams has got the ball here for the Dallas Mavericks. Trailing by 4. Pass to Prosper. Three-pointer. Huff pulls it in.
That's not his spot, but given the lack of defense, you'd like to see him knock that one down.
Clark up top. Here's Pippen. 6 to shoot. Here's Wells. Williams defending. It's scooped up. Huff. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
Heady play to stop that easy layup right there. I mean, make him earn it at the line.
And he makes both free throws. Mavericks trail by 6. Williams finds Gafford. Here's Prosper. It's Exum on the wing. Gafford with a screen on Clark.
Memphis foul. Second personal foul. Second team foul.
Kennard against Williams. Here's Exum. Off target from outside. Memphis leading by 6. To the left wing. Pass to Kennard.
2 minutes.
We've got 1:55 left to play in the third quarter here. Oh, Clark with the slam.
Well, what he lacks in size for a typical center, he makes up for with all that athleticism. Boy, can he elevate.
Here's Williams. The putback. Controls the rebound and the putback.
Ooh, hard work creating the second chance opportunity.
To the inside. Here's Huff. It's good. Only a few seconds into the shot clock. Huff's got 6 here in the quarter.
Sometimes a player is born with a passer's mindset. He deals it with conviction.
Williams from long range. Drops in the 3.
I'll tell you, you are playing with fire anytime you leave this guy open, and they just got burned.
Here's Pippen. Williams defending. 54 seconds left to play in the third quarter.
I love great defense. Just quick to establish his feet, and he takes the hit.
Mavericks trail by 5. Exum outside. And there's a pick. The 3. It's rebounded by Memphis. Here's Kennard. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for 1 more. And a new group getting ready for the Mavericks. Anthony Davis, he's checked in for Prosper. Marshall comes in for Washington. Thompson, he's checked in for Exum. And Irving is subbed in for Williams. And here's Thompson for 3. Rebounded by Pippen. Grizzlies lead by 7. Kennard outside. Pass to Pippen. To the middle. Here's Kennard. Count the bucket. Coming off a perfectly placed pass. Kennard's got his second basket of the game. Irving, no good. And so it's the Memphis Grizzlies. They have a nice 9-point cushion at the end of the quarter. Their key to consistency has been their dominance in the paint. They've been the more physical team. More NBA on 2K Sports. With 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store. Mavericks trail by 9. On the court for Memphis to start the fourth. We've got Luke Kennard, and it's Huff in at the center spot. Now here's Irving, guarded closely. And it's Gafford missing. Well, Memphis shooting 55% for the game so far. Wells, the pass to Pippen. The 3 ball hits the trifecta. And the Grizzlies lead by 12.
Whoa, that man is laser focused. Now, that's bad defense for a team that has a long way to go to catch up.
Well, credit the offense, though. If you're going to come with casual defensive effort, this team's responsibility is to take advantage, and they do.
Kennard against Thompson. Kennard outside. Pass to Pippen. Clark up top. 3 on the clock. And they forced the shot clock violation. Great D. So Memphis ends up going with a new group.
Substitution on the court.
Just over a minute played here in the fourth. Gafford the screen. Inside. Over Edey. And it's Gafford missing. Memphis leading by 9. Outside Morant. And they're going to count that bucket. And they'll send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
Teams try to get physical with Morant, but he shows exceptional body control off the contact.
And so it's Dallas with it. Just over a minute and a half played here in the fourth. Dallas no good that time either. And so Jackson Jr. will bring it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. 12-point lead, their biggest of the game.
Just enough of a shot contest to bother him.
Gafford the screen. Irving for 3. Hits a three-pointer.
They are unconscious from outside. And so far, the defense has had no answer.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
And the basket by Bane.
This is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Again, Irving missing. Memphis leading by 12. Morant looking for an opening. Over Irving. Davis with a rebound. Davis has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Davis a screen. Thompson fires from way outside. An absolute bomb from three-point range.
I don't think there's any such thing as too deep a shot for Klay Thompson. His range extends way beyond that strike.
Wow. I'll tell you, such an advantage having a playmaker who can get up to the rim and finish.
Now that is what every team wants.
Well, you love it. Fearless, aggressive leaving. No doubt whatsoever.
First personal foul. First team foul.
First free throw is good, and that brings him within 10.
2 shots.
Both shots good from the stripe. We've got 1:55 left to play in the fourth. Morant with it. Ooh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now. It's going to be on Anthony Davis.
Come on, this kid is electric. Morant draws a lot of fouls with the way he plays.
And Morant drops them both. And there's a minute 45 left in the fourth. Here's Irving. That shot is off. Ooh, excellent D there from Jackson. Morant, the pass to Bane. Three-pointer, no good. Mavericks trail by 11. Now here's Irving. From deep. And Morant clears the board.
Well, the defense clearly was not interested in guarding him from downtown. They're very fortunate he missed.
From deep, Bane sinks that one. Now shooting 5 of 10 and looking sharp.
Well, with a comeback out of range, we can put a bow on this one. Good performance for the Grizzlies.
And they got a huge boost from their reserves tonight.
Yeah, the point differential between the 2 benches was a deciding factor in this game.
And when you look at the game, the one thing that helped fuel this team to victory was the efficiency for Ja Morant.
We saw him get a lot of touches tonight, and he wasted very few of them. Really made himself the backbone of their offense.
5 to shoot. Here's Morant with the drive. Morant with the slam!
You got to give them respect. They're doing everything they can to close this out.
Well, just terrific teamwork. Each guy doing his part. You love what you're seeing from them tonight. Maybe he rushes that just a little bit, who knows, but he couldn't have gotten a better look than that.
The three from Bain. The Mavericks pull it in. Oh, stolen by Morant. Puts up a deep three. That one's good from Bain on the assist by Morant. And the Grizzlies lead by 17. Launches a three. The rebound by Edey. Bain fires from way outside. Can't get it to fall. And so Memphis takes this one by a big margin. Boy, this crowd has to be shocked by the way their team was dismantled.
Shocked and surprised.
Claim to be a basketball purist, and Greg, I know you do. One thing you gotta love watching is great ball movement.
Which is something both of these teams take pride in. It's always fun to watch guys be unselfish with the ball and look to make each other better.
And the starting group for the Grizzlies. Morant is the point with Bain out on the wing. Jaren Jackson is out there with G.G. Jackson. And it's Edey in at the center, locking down the middle. And, Richard, when it comes to Jaren Jackson, there's a lot to appreciate. My goodness.
Oh, I love that he can guard 1 through 5. Really a modern defensive NBA big man. He can go back to the basket or he can face up. He doesn't need the ball to make a huge impact.
Now, Bain after the missed 3 from Stephen Curry. And there's the foul. It'll go on Moses Moody.
Second team foul.
That's his first foul. Morant, right side. Jackson, a screen on Butler. Here's Morant. And finished off by Morant.
That play is Morant's ball handling talents pretty much in a nutshell. Fast, smooth, and very effective.
Here's the screen to the right side. Moody with it. He's picked up by Morant. Some nice passing by Golden State. Just 5 on the clock. Post misses the shot. Grizzlies off to a quick start here. Here's Jackson. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Jackson's got 5.
A tough cover. Jackson has a ton of post work. He can go over either shoulder or face up.
Curry, good.
He just makes it look so easy on offense. Like, who takes pleasure in torturing defenses? He does.
Now here's Morant. And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. Morant with this screen on Curry. Here's Bain. Banked in off the glass.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
It's deflected, and he gets it back. Butler against Jackson. Green with the screen on Jackson. Butler, no good. For Memphis, they've gone 4-4 to start, so a nice offensive rhythm to start here. Richard, we know that not many teams have had steady core players like the Warriors have had over the past decade.
Well, there's so much player movement these days, and it's hard to keep any roster intact, let alone a superstar team like Golden State.
Post. Morant against Curry. Into the lane. Lays it up off the glass.
That's where Curry will cross you up. If you play him to shoot, he just drives it.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Well, I did get a chance to speak with Steve Kerr a little bit. Well, of course, they're concerned about the dynamic Ja Morant. Coach told me the plan is simple. Make things as hard as they can on Ja on both ends of the floor. Make him work on defense, and by crunch time, maybe we can tire him just a little bit. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. And it's the Warriors with the ball. After Memphis gets the 3. Pass to Butler. There's the 3. Sinks the triple.
The answer from Butler. No one is more competitive than Jimmy.
Outside Jackson. Oh, good with the triple.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Moody the pass to Green. And he finishes nicely on the layup.
And Draymond is smart at knowing when to shoot the ball, especially when he's got strong positioning inside.
Morant kicks to Jackson. And the 3 off target. Morant finds Jackson. Back to Morant. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Morant's got 5 now.
What a confident shot by Morant. Gets the hot pass and puts it right up.
Here's Curry. It drops for his third basket. He's missed only one shot.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
They set the pick. Morant passes to Jackson. He gets it in there. 9 points for Jaren Jackson.
And he's no stranger to contact inside. Love watching Jackson bully his way through aggressive defense.
And we've got a timeout called by Steve Kerr. Looking for a breather and maybe just one or two things to talk about. Warriors trail by 8. Curry looking around. Pass to post. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And so it's Bain with it. He'll bring it up for Memphis. And Morant throws it down.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
It also allows them to play inside out, which will make them even more difficult to defend.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Memphis on defense. Curry attacking. Good work there as it goes. He's got 8.
Great work inside by Curry there. So clever and composed in the paint.
Here's Morant. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's on Jimmy Butler.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
At the line for 2.
And he sinks the second.
You know Ja Morant, such a dynamic guard. His combination of speed and creativity, that makes for some tough matchups.
Outside Curry. Here's post. And he hits the buzzer beater.
Ringing the bell. That's the way to close the quarter.
The offense coming free and easy as we wrap up the first quarter. Grizzlies out in front, up by 6. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. What do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for Memphis?
So far, they haven't had to force anything. They're swinging the ball around and turning good passing into points.
And also, give them a lot of credit for that attack mode mentality off the dribble. Getting a lot of points off the penetration.
They've got Draymond Green. Stephen Curry's out there with Moses Moody. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Post in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's the group out there for Golden State. The shot by Curry, no good. Memphis leading by 8. Bain with it. Morant left side. Pass to Edey. And the powerful one-handed slam.
Morant's got great understanding of the game. He can move like very few can in that pick-and-roll set.
After earning the number 2 seed in the 2023 playoffs, Richard, last season was a lost year because of all those injuries and other things in Memphis.
Ja Morant only played 9 games last year. Desmond Bain missed half the year. Marcus Smart out. The Grizzlies still have a lot of young talent and a very bright future.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, last season, Draymond Green got his three-pointer going again. He said, over the years, my shot took a dive. It was in large part because I couldn't get in and out of my hips. They were messed up. It was getting my movement patterns right. Kevin, my hips haven't been the same in years, but Draymond's are good. Now they've made him tough to deal with. Back to you.
Your hips are pretty good, David. I've always said your hip. Floor spacing, always critical. Good point, B.A.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, when you hustle on the break like he does, good things tend to happen.
To the left wing, here's Edey. Here's Jackson, and the dunk by Jackson.
Oh, this is what you love seeing. Jackson Jr. using that size advantage on the offensive glass.
Curry against Morant. Pass to Post. Outside Curry. Takes the 3. It's rebounded by Memphis. Edie's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. In the corner, it's Bane. Fires the 3. The Warriors pull it in. Left side, Butler. Over in the corner, Green. Pass to Curry. 1:56 left in the second quarter. The greatest shooter ever, Steph Curry. You played with him. What was it like seeing him day in and day out?
I had the pleasure of playing with Steph the first year he broke the NBA record for threes in a season. And when I tell you he was just scratching the surface, he was always looking to push the boundaries, to see what he can do, and to work at every aspect of his shooting.
Bane with the screen on Butler. Pass to Edie. Now here's Jackson. Shot clock at 6. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. Edie can't hit. Warriors trail by 6. Here's Butler with the drive, and Bane pulls it down. And Morant's got the ball here for the Grizzlies. They've led by as much as 10. Edie gets the bucket.
And I've been impressed with the unselfishness, but also getting guys the ball where they can do something with it.
His court vision has been on display in this one. He's doing a tremendous job just orchestrating the offense beautifully.
You just got to like how strong Butler goes when he's inside. Just terrific at figuring out ways to get to the line.
When it comes to players who like having fun, great Jimmy Butler has to be way up there.
Kevin, did you see his media picture for the 23-24 season? He looked like he belonged in an emo band with that hairstyle. Jimmy is definitely one of those guys that likes to troll and have fun.
This is what you pay to see. Morant doing what he does, exploding right to the rim off the drive. Wow.
Morant against Curry. Fires from deep. Rebounded by Jackson. And the Grizzlies leading by 8. Morant looking around. Bane sets the screen for Morant. Jacks up a 3. And Bane the bucket on the assist by Morant. Bane's got 5 points so far.
What a pass from Morant. He does a terrific job staying alert, seeking out the right opportunities to get his teammates involved.
And so Steve Kerr calls for the timeout. He wants to talk to his guys. Golden State's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. And the wide open shot from Green. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Green's got his second basket of the game.
Must have been too good to pass up because Green is kind of picky from the arc.
Morant outside. Driving in. And that one released in time, but no good. And so it's Memphis in the driver's seat. Up 8. Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway. And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. Really an incredible game from Stephen Curry.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
And you love that mindset he has going at the rim. He hasn't settled for anything, and he's been the aggressor all game long.
Taking a look at the Grizzlies. Pippen is out there with Luke Kennard. And there's Wells. Then it's Brandon Clark. And it's Huff in at the 5, roaming the paint. It's taken away by Payton. And it's Pajemski in the corner. Payton against Clark. Payton dishes to Kuminga. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Pippen. Inside. Keeps it alive.
Love to see him inside passing like this, as well as guys being on the same page.
And you look at the Grizzlies defense the last few years, RJ extremely disruptive.
Yeah, they've been top of the league in steals and blocks. That's just a part of the DNA in Memphis. It can be exhausting playing against guys like this.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
We know mistakes lead to breaks. That's just textbook right there.
Greg, you look at the great coaches. What are one or two of the most important qualities for success that you see?
Well, for me, Kevin, I think you got to be able to adapt tactically. I mean, that's huge, and especially in the playoffs. But most important, can you motivate and unify a locker room? That leadership quality is what really puts a coach over the top.
And we've got a timeout called by Steve Kerr. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. He's off on the second. And the Grizzlies leading by 9. To the middle, here's Wells over Payton. And it's Memphis with another.
He finds a shooter in motion and is confident he can threat him with the lead pass. Well done.
Payton with the screen. It's stolen. Kennard on the wing. Covered by Heel. A nice shot by Huff.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Yeah, they're going to do a much better job of putting a little bit of pressure on him on his way to the hoop.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
It didn't take long for Podziemski to establish himself as an elite charge taker.
The funny thing about the game of basketball is that some things can't be taught. Pods clearly has the it factor when it comes for the timing that it takes to draw charges. He can steal a few possessions for you every single game.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kevin, the last few years, we saw teams giving up bounties worth of draft picks and trades for star players. But with teams now possessing more roster spots to develop prospects, and about 3/4 of the tradable picks hoarded by just a third of the NBA's teams, we may not see so many picks given up moving forward. Kevin?
You're exactly right, David. Something certainly to keep an eye on. Healed against Kennard. Three-pointer. Knocks down the three ball. Huff's got 5 points in the quarter.
The way he can elevate over a defender from deep, very tough to contain outside the arc.
And the call will be against Luke Kennard. That's his first foul.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Here's Kuminga. And Kuminga throws it down.
And despite the size disadvantage, attacking the heart of that defense.
Really unfazed. Threw his height right out the window there.
Pippen a screen on Heel. And it's Clark in the corner. Just 5 to shoot. Takes a 3. And there's Wells. That's good on the assist by Clark. Wells has got 7 points.
And guys, we talk all the time about making the extra pass. Clark there proving how important that concept is.
Back to Podziemski. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. He's got 5.
These are exactly the kind of shots they want to generate each and every time down the floor.
Pippen kicks to Kennard. Pass to Huff. Here's Clark. Out to the wing. Now, here's Pippen. He's defended by Podziemski. That's a 2 from Kennard. And it falls over the rim and in.
Nice ball movement there. That's how you break down the defense.
Memphis foul. Pippen. Third personal foul. Team's fourth.
And it's out of bounds. The Warriors able to retain possession here.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
Yeah, I think he was hoping to maybe even get the steal, but I agree. He's still got a good outcome.
Podziemski's shot is good.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You got to show some fire and keep defending.
And Buddy Hield is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. Here's Kennard. Clark, a screen on Hield. Wound up there for Clark. Kennard finds Clark. The shot's good from Kennard. Kennard's got 6 in the quarter.
How about the perseverance there, the extra effort on that offensive glass?
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Hayton attacking. Back to Podziemski. Off target with his 3. Now here's Pippen. He's defended by Podziemski. And he's going up for the alley-oop.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. And so it's Memphis. 13 points up at the end of the period. Their strategy has... And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. And so it's Memphis with it. This is the most they've led by, 13 points. Green is out there with Jimmy Butler. Then it's Curry. Then there's Moses Moody. And it's Post in at the 5. That's the Warriors' 5. Curry against Morant. Curry getting it done inside.
What focus from Curry on offense so far, doing everything he can to provide a lift for his squad.
Pass to Edey. And a wide open look for Payne. Drills the three-pointer. And the Grizzlies lead by 16.
The man has no heart, and that's poor defense for a team that has a long way to catch up.
Effort like this makes you wonder if they've already packed it in for the game, ready to go into the next. Gotta at least show a little heart out here.
Here's Morant. Here's Edey. Back to Morant. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Puts it up from 12. Does not get it. Third miss. He's made 4 from the field. Right side, Butler. Over in the corner, Green. And the rejection by Jackson. Morant outside. Lets it go with a 3. The offensive rebound. Payne for 3. The Warriors pull it in. Now Moody pass to Post. Rebounded by Jackson. Memphis leading by 16. From outside the arc. Jackson, that's good.
Showing he can make this shot. Give Jackson Jr. room to take the triple. Oh, and he will.
Here's Curry. He watches it go through the hoop for his 8th make. Now 8 for 14.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
When it ain't broke, leave it alone until something.
Oh, my goodness.
Man. Oh, wow. Okay, jaw turning it loose. Someone throw that man some water.
Post. Edey with the rebound. Edey's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Morant outside. Pass to Edey. And an intentional foul right there.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
First team foul.
3rd minute of action now gone here in the 4th. Warriors trail by 19. And Butler, here we go. It's good. 7 points for Butler.
Oh, nice feed. You can see how Curry makes their offense flow, even when he's not scoring.
Butler against Morant. Jackson, a screen on Butler. Driving the lane and finished off by Morant.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
No let up with these guys. They're going for the throat now.
Tipped away. Back to Curry. 1:29 left in the fourth quarter. Morant with some nice D. Memphis leading by 19 points.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for Memphis.
They never settled for mediocre shots.
And Kevin, they had great penetration this time out.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Ja Morant.
Okay, I'm going to explain what he did here. It's called playmaking. Being someone that seeks out their teammates, making the extra pass.
Here's the floater. Pass to Bain. Back to Morant. 6 on the shot clock. And a miss there on the triple. Here's the Warriors with the ball. 19-point game. Butler passes to Green. Back to Butler. Beyond the arc. Here's Post. On its way from Curry for 2. That's good on the jump shot. 19 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And so here's Memphis. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. And Stephen Curry with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
Second personal foul. Second team foul.
And finished off by Morant. So no problem for Memphis as they get the win. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
Thank you, David. And that'll do it, folks. So for our reporter, David Aldridge, and our analysts,
we've got you covered.
Yes, we do. Two high-powered offenses, and they're not just talented, they're relentless.
It'll be the Mavericks off the tip. Looking at the starting five for the Dallas Mavericks. Klay Thompson is out there with Kyrie Irving. Then there's Najee Marshall. Then it's Anthony Davis. And it's Gafford in at the 5 down low. The 3 from Thompson connects from downtown.
Just get the feeling that whenever Klay rises up, he's going to make it.
Outside Moody. Curry, a screen on Thompson. Moody from outside. And the rebound goes to Dallas. Here's Thompson. Perfect night so far, 2 for 2.
And Klay rises up and takes that shot over the defense.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Head coach Steve Kerr and I got a chance to talk for a bit. We talked about facing a premier defender like Anthony Davis, and coach told me AD is obviously a tremendous offensive player, but his impact on D is even greater. He's an elite rim protector, and he moves like a wing out there on the perimeter. Without a doubt, Davis covers a lot of ground defensively. Back to you, BA.
Thank you for that, Allie. The jumper from the wing off target. One thing this Golden State team does very well is control the offensive glass, Brent.
Well, there's been a lot of talk analytically, BA, about how advantageous it is to come in and swoop through to grab offensive rebounds. Golden State has bought into that philosophy. They also have guys who take a lot of long shots, so that's long rebounds with a better chance of gaining an extra possession. So some smart analytical play here from Golden State in the past couple seasons.
Here's the 3. Thompson with another miss.
He had more than enough room to hit that. Just couldn't make it happen.
Curry passes to Moody. Gets the 3 ball to go.
It feels like Steph doesn't even have to look. He just knows where his teammates are.
Dallas has gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. Irving against Butler. Irving looking around. 6 on the shot clock. And it's good. Off the back rim and in.
The master from the mid-range. You just assume Irving is going to drill that shot every time.
Curry passes to Moody. Curry, a screen on Irving. Back to Curry. Nice move. And the layup is good.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
Yeah, APB sent out to try to find out where the defense is. Inexcusable.
Now here's Irving. And that one's good. Irving's gotten his second bucket of the game.
This is where Kyrie can work some of his magic out there on the floor. Excels at getting the screen and taking advantage of any space he gets.
Here's post. Outside Curry. Another 3 for Golden State.
I love this approach. Getting him involved early, and it's already paying off.
Well, he's going to just keep going now. That's early confidence for him.
Now here's Irving. Pass to Thompson. Back to Irving. Here's Marshall. Up top, Davis. Over Green. Davis can't hit.
Well, mid-range is where he makes the money. So when the D's slow to get out on him, always surprising to see him miss from there.
Here's post. No made baskets yet. Boom! He jams it straight down.
With 2 hands on the rock, he powers it through.
Totally in control, protecting the ball the whole way. Irving fires from way outside. Warriors with the rebound. Boy, the offense has been on point.
They have great timing and great communication. So hard to get stops against them.
Here's post. Pass to Butler. Stolen by Gafford. Here's Marshall. And it's off from three-point range. Fires for 3. Rebound, Anthony Davis. Davis has got his 4th rebound in this one. Now 5 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Out to Thompson. Gafford passes to Marshall. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. And it's Moody penetrating. The kick out, Curry. From the arc. And no good. Trying to get that one to fall. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Warriors ahead. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even on the scoreboard so far. And what do you guys think about the Warriors here in this one?
Well, there's no reason to take risky shots when you can collect points at the rim.
Yeah, that worked wonders for them in the quarter. We'll see what kind of adjustments get made.
Butler out there with Draymond Green. Then it's Moody. Then there's Stephen Curry. And it's Post in at the center position, locking down the middle. That's the Warriors 5. Irving with it. Butler with a steal. And the Warriors pushing it up now. Butler gets all the way to the cup.
Well, out in transition, Jimmy Butler scanning the court, found an angle, and does some damage.
Well, Brent, there are only a handful of players in the league with the big game experience of Butler.
Yeah, and those big games, BA, are where he's had some of his best moments. It's been on several different teams as well. So the bigger the game gets, the bigger Jimmy Butler appears to show up.
And the basket by Curry.
Curry, not one of those guards who shrinks when he gets inside.
Butler against Irving. Over Butler. And it's Irving missing. The Warriors lead by 5. We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. Here's Post. And that comes off the assist by Green.
Now, Draymond Green, we know he plays with attitude, he plays with force. And his teammates appreciate the unselfish approach he has.
Irving against Butler. Irving, that's good. Irving's got 4 points in the quarter.
That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
Up top, Curry. He's guarded by Irving. Pass to Post. Puts it up from 15. And he wills that one in. Sinking it right through the back of the iron. Post has got 6.
And with his height and his touch, he can be deadly from mid-range.
That's a staple of his offensive attack, and proving once again he can do some damage from that area.
Just great positioning to get the rebound, then get it back up.
Butler double team. Curry passes to Moody. Back to Curry. Jacks up a 3. Curry splashes it in.
This is just not a surprise. Steph Curry is having a massive offensive game.
Irving for 3. No, he's now 4 for 8 shooting. The Warriors lead by 8. Outside, Green. Pass to Curry. Well, Brent, we hear the term empty stats ever so often. What are your thoughts about that phrase?
BA, when you play such a long season, there are going to be nights where the game is not all that competitive. But we also know that throughout the course of long seasons, there are teams that are not going to be competitive. Still, those guys going out there on a nightly basis and putting up their numbers, getting those reps in, it means they're capable.
Now here's Thompson. He's got 5. He buries it from 3.
You can never let Clay shoot off a crisp pass. He just lets that go so quick.
Butler with the ball. Now Thompson defending. Moody from outside. Another 3 for Golden State.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line. I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
Now here's Irving. Give him 8 points now. Over Butler. Here's Davis. Davis getting it done in the paint.
Yeah, like an octopus in there. It feels like AD just doesn't stop. How many arms does he have?
Green with a screen on Irving. Curry against Irving. Again, Golden State.
And he was dominant in their last outing. And the same thing here tonight. He is in a terrific groove right now.
Seems to be nobody standing in his way, no roadblocks for him to get to his spot, capitalize, and continue to be aggressive.
And the foul called on Draymond Green. That's his first foul. 34 seconds left to play in the first half. Pass to Marshall. Lets the three fly.
Steph getting a little bit nasty on the defensive end there, not letting his man get comfortable on that possession.
Here's Post. The three is up. Gafford grabs the miss. Right wing. Down low. Back to Marshall. Out of bounds. It'll be Warriors ball.
Hurts to see that kind of mistake. Coach is going to be on him about that one.
And so it's the Golden State Warriors finishing the quarter with an 8-point lead. What has them in front right now, by and large, they're taking great shots. Back to the game after this break. We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball left in this one. Stephen Curry having a dominant impact in this game.
He's been excellent at cutting through the defense and giving them fits around the basket.
You want these kind of nights where you can start to see those openings before they happen.
And on the floor for Jason Kidd as we get into the second half, they've got Daniel Gafford. Williams is out there with Dante Exum. Then it's Washington, and it's Prosper in at the 4.
And clearly he needs no time to warm up.
Outside, Williams. Pass to Prosper. Back to Williams. Six to shoot. They set the screen. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Exum shot is off.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Now Payton. There's the 3. That shot, no good. Now here's Exum, guarded by Hield. Puts it up. Exum shot is off.
You won't see him miss that one too many times.
Yeah, that happens. Important thing is for players, just don't beat yourself up and make a miss like that cost you another play.
Now here's Payton. They lead by 11, largest margin of the game. Let's go with a 3. And the rebound goes to Dallas. Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the third quarter. The 3 from Washington. Again, the miss by Dallas. The Warriors lead by 11. Outside Payton. To the paint. It's picked off. Payton against Washington. Oh, stolen by Payton. In transition. Up the floor. Man, oh man, Kuminga with the easy bounce. Throws it down.
Did you see that? I mean, going right to the rim. That's how you finish in the open floor.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
Now here's Payton. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Fires from deep. Kept alive. Another shot. And he lays it up and in.
Hard work on the offensive glass. You can see the coaching staff rise up and clap for that effort.
Here's Williams. It's tipped. And they're able to recover. Gafford the screen to win the cold spell. And Williams punches it home.
Now that's how you capitalize on a screen.
Yeah, good positioning too. Gave him a clear path to the hoop.
Really not enough help there. Lack of communication on the backside.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
The NBA wants to ensure that every team has a shot. Commissioner Adam Silver said, we want parity of opportunity. People aren't interested in seeing teams buy championships, and we've made progress. In the long term, we're better off with more competitive fairness among all of the teams.
That's true. It keeps everything interesting. Thanks, Alec. And so it's Dallas with it, following the score by Golden State. The three from Washington. Shot clock at 6. Prosper misses. The Warriors lead by 15. Here's Payton. The putback. Gafford grabs the miss. Dallas has got nothing to fall here in the third. 0 for 4. Here's Washington. The Warriors pull it in. 50 seconds left in the third. Now here's Heel. The D's right on him. Jackson Davis a screen. Throws it up high.
Just flawless timing right there.
Right? The dish, the catch, the flush, the whole thing was perfect. Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt. That right there, that's the kind of look this system is designed to create.
5-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Outside Payton. He takes it in. Oh, hey, how about that?
That's impressive.
And down it goes. Jam that one home.
Filthy. I mean, just the arena is stunned.
He's got a deep bag of tricks to dig into. Pulls it. And it falls all over the rim and in.
The assist, Williams.
Got it off in time. It's not going to go for him. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits. It may be difficult to overcome. The Warriors on top. They lead by 14. And we're just moments away from the start of quarter number 4. Stay with us. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And from the 2-guard spot, an unselfish play like this sets a fantastic tone.
Even though the position is called shooting guard, passing part of your responsibilities in today's game.
And with the 4th quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. They've got Draymond Green. Moody is out there with Stephen Curry. Then there's Jimmy Butler, and it's Post in at the 5. So that's the group out there for Golden State. Now here's Butler. To the inside. Shot clock at 5. No good with the triple. Mavericks trail by 14. Here's Marshall. Tipped away. Outside for Irving. Outside Davis. It's rebounded by Golden State. Green's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Now here's Curry, tightly guarded. Moody from outside. From beyond the arc and then some. And the Warriors lead by 17.
Now you have to extend that defense. I mean, you really have to stay connected to him at all times.
I'm not sure what the defense collectively was thinking there. You got to know where he is at all times. That kind of looks like a predictable shot, one that they want. The defense has to prevent the ball from getting into that sweet spot.
Here's Curry after the basket by Dallas. That won't fall. 6 for 10 from the floor now. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Moses Moody. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Looking to get back on track. The Mavericks rebound. Gafford. And the dunk by Gafford.
Just great energy on the offensive glass. That's exactly how you cut into a lead.
Boy, a slam like that is sure to give him a spark. Now here's Moody. Curry, a screen on Thompson. Oh, here's Moody with the drive. Hey, how's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
Nice basic one-hander there.
Hey, I think he got some extra bounce off the ground on that one. Oh, got that bucket in no time at all.
This is why you always have to be up in the space of Kyrie Irving. He can pull up in the blink of an eye. So lethal.
And an intentional foul right there.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Just under 2.5 minutes gone by now in the final quarter. Oh, Butler getting aggressive.
Jimmy's such a well-conditioned athlete, using that vertical he has. Get up and throw it down.
Irving against Butler. Irving, the pass to Davis. Gafford with a screen on Green. Here's Davis. Here's Gafford. It's rebounded by Golden State. Post has got 4 rebounds in the game. Curry surveys.
2 minutes.
1:56 left in the final quarter. 4 on the clock. Again, the Warriors score.
It really feels like they're in control. They've got a big lead with time dwindling.
Yeah, looking for a miracle worker out there is the opposing coaching staff. I don't know that they have one. This game seems to be well in hand.
Now here's Irving. Davis, the pass to Thompson. Davis, a screen. Launches it. Oh, and Clay makes that 3 look so easy.
So quick and so good, Klay Thompson.
Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by now. The Warriors lead by 14. Now here's Moody. For 3, down to 5 on the shot clock. The rebound by Klay Thompson. For Dallas, they've gotten 4 of 9 shots to go in during this fourth quarter.
And they had an advantage tonight. Came out sharp and did what was needed. Nice win here for the Warriors.
Offensively, they made the most of their trips.
They found multiple ways to score consistently, and a little luck doesn't hurt them either. They also got some nice bounces off the rim tonight, too.
And of all the highlights and performances we've seen here tonight, the one thing that stands out is what an unbelievable night it's been for Stephen Curry.
He was tough to cover all game long. One of those nights when he felt like nobody could stop him, and they didn't.
And here are the Warriors now, after the basket by Dallas. From 15 feet away, the shot comes out. We've got 33 seconds left in the fourth quarter here. An easy 2 on the layup. Irving against Curry.
Dallas foul. Kyrie Irving. Second personal foul. Third team foul.
And that one falls for Curry.
At the line for the Warriors.
And so Curry nails both of them.
Breathe easy now. The biggest free throws in the game, and he's coming through.
And it goes out of bounds. That one off Gafford.
A sloppy turnover. When you're not locked in, you pay the price.
And here are the Warriors now. 17 points was their biggest margin. And so Golden State takes this one, and by a big margin. This one was a fun one to watch. They were clearly... All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thanks for that. And that about wraps it up. Alongside Brent Barry, Grant